What is going on, you guys? So today I want to make a super quick video for you talking about why you might want to consider doing a dopamine detox. So what does that mean? You might already know, and if you don't, a dopamine detox, dopamine is essentially a lot of the feel-good chemicals that you get from completing a task, right? And we actually are getting an overload of it these days from things that aren't related to completing a task, right? Like likes and notifications on social media, right? Or an easy one is sort of like leveling up or getting awards or achievements or certain things in video games, right? Or from, maybe you're partying a little bit, like a night out, the different things that come with that. Like there's all these basically it's short-term dopamine versus long-term dopamine. So what does long-term dopamine mean? It basically is the completing of those tasks, right? And no, I'm not talking about answering your emails. I'm talking about the hard work, right? The gym sessions, the keeping consistent for months with the gym, with a project that you're working on. Maybe there's some way that you're trying to build a business so that you can help others with a specific kind of solution, provide value. Like the staying consistent and all these things that are, deep down, without kidding yourself, are actually going to level you up as a man in real life rather than putting it off. Because I think a lot of people get down to procrastinating in more forms of escapism versus actually doing the work, like the thing that you've been avoiding, right? Like basically, I forget the saying, but it's like the magic you're looking for is lying in the work that you've been avoiding, right? Pretty sure I saw that on like a Chris Williams podcast. But basically, that's why this is important, right? And so I want to encourage you, consider this like a friendly challenge, right? I know we don't know each other, but just consider this as a friendly challenge. I've actually done this before myself, and I've been on and off, right? So I'll be the first to admit, right, I could use doing this more. So actually, right before this video, I deleted all my social media apps from my phone. So technically, I could still check it on my computer, but that's another block in the way, right? And I'm less likely to spend a bunch of time on it like I would if I was on my phone, right? Because people get sucked into the black hole of doing that, especially when it's their phone. Like, they're waiting in line, they're having an awkward silence with somebody. It's not really awkward, right? I mean, I think that might just come down to like a lack of confidence about something. And this is all a bit of a tangent on why I'm issuing this friendly challenge. Because you're going to start feeling, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, which is why I'm about to do it again, why you're going to benefit from stepping away from some of these things for a while. Right? So as many of them as you can handle at once. I know because they're all habits. It might be difficult to do a bunch at once. But like the drinking, the nights out, the partying, the social media, any of these other things that like they're very obvious, like you can think of. See how many you can cut out for 21 days, 30 days, right? Like a month. And if you can only do one, do one. And I promise you, like see how much better you feel. Like even just the example I told you about, like the social media one, I've done it before, right? A month, I just uninstalled like Instagram, TikTok, everything else. Even YouTube, I would just watch a little bit of YouTube on the computer again, right? Like, so there was an extra barrier there, and I would spend less time on it, right? And then like when you're ready to go to bed, you just go to bed, or you read something, which is more productive anyways. So you're not going to get that short-term dopamine. It's going to encourage a lot more healthy habits, right? Like you're not on your phone all the time, so you're going to be going to bed earlier. You're going to be getting up earlier. You're going to be getting things done more quickly, right? Like instead of getting hung up on your phone and stuff like that, you're going to be going out, going to the gym faster, not getting into the time suck or the black hole there. And you're going to realize that once you're kind of like reawakened, right? You're back out in the world, like it's much better, honestly. I mean, because when I did it before, I was going to sleep on time, waking up early, getting a lot of things done faster, like doing the difficult tasks first that I needed to. I think at the time I was doing a lot of music writing for video game developers, right? So I would just knock those tasks out like right away in the morning. Basically the hardest thing first. That's a definitely a big recommendation I have for you as well, so you're not procrastinating, and you'll get some of the dopamine from accomplishing that, or at least chipping away at it, right? Like as much as you can. So doing like the most urgent or important task first, and you're gonna want to get outside more, right? Even if it's a little bit cloudy where you are, like you'll still be getting a little bit more sunlight because you got outside during the day. That encouraged me to take a lot of walks, right? Which I wasn't really doing before. Like I was just going to the gym and then back, but taking some walks to clear your mind. And there's different ways you could do that. I mean, I know a lot of people like to go on walks with music or like a podcast, or a YouTube video that they're listening to. I did podcasts for a long time. I mean, music and podcasts, and something else worth trying is doing that without those things, right? So you don't have the stimuli, and you are able to think more clearly when you're going on a walk. But these are all just ways that I recommend, because I mean, you and I both know too on the other things we talked about, right? Like whether it's a night out, it's a short-term relationship, drinking, smoking, all these things, right? Like excessive video games, excessive Netflix. Like the things that you need to knock out that'll help you be more productive. And so I want you to just give this a shot, right? Now, don't take it from me. Just give it a shot for yourself and see how long you can go and how many you can take on at once. Even if it's just one of those things, that's fine. But I promise, if you give it a shot, you're going to start seeing some excellent benefits from it, right? You're just going to start maybe cooking more, or just being more productive in a lot of different ways, feeling better, feeling more present because you're not sucked into all these different short-term levels of dopamine, the short-term rewards, and going for the long-term gratification, right? The things that are actually truly rewarding. All right? Well, instead of rambling, I'm going to let you go ahead and give it a shot here. So I hope this video helps, and I'll see you in the next one. You got this, bro.